So what I will continue to say is that I speak for myself to get our house in order, is that I got to quit going back and forth. Because every time that I go back and forth, you go further back, you go further back, you go further back, you go further back. And then you steady trying to, you know how a lot of men these days, they want all the benefits of a wife. They want you to cook, clean, have sex with them, and do all the wifely duties. But they don't want no commitment.
Come on now.
And that's what God is saying to some of us church goers and people, that y'all want these homo-lover friend relationships with me.
Come on now.
But he said he don't want no homie-lover friend relationship. Fornication in it. It has drinking in it, drugs in it, molestation in it. It has pedophile in it. It has all this stuff in it.
Well,
and that's why he can't find nothing, because we can't find nothing. And it says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Amen. Listen to the reading and doers of his word. Y'all may be seated. So with Sister Tiheisha, well, I had told my mama that I had went to a women's retreat with Now Faith Deliverance Temple, and I was nervous. There's something about Sister Lafayette looking at me that makes me nervous. And I said, oh, I need to. And then Rashawn said, oh, you doing good. I said, I need to practice more. I need to do it more. Maybe if I can get to do it more, I start getting better at it. So then my mom said, well, you tell Aisha to have you to speak. And then she said, well, I'm going to have Sister Gina speak. So I said, okay. So I started thinking. And then since I drive by an hour from work to the house, I said, well, you can pray during that time.
That's right.
So God began to deal with me. And it came to me, it's time to get your house in order.
Amen.
And it's time for me to get my house in order.
Well, praise the Lord.
And I could go back and forth. And as I was studying and praying and thinking, and I was like, today, you know how a lot of men these days, they want all the benefits of a wife. They want you to cook, clean, have sex with them, and do all the wifely duties. But they don't want no commitment.
Come on now.
And that's what God is saying to some of us church goers and people, that y'all want these homo-lover friend relationships with me.
Come on now.
But he said he don't want no homie-lover friend relationship. He said we want all the benefits. We want the blessings. We want the church, the house, the cars, the abundance, the inheritance. But we don't want the commitment.
That's right. Come on now.
And that is what how today's society is with the men. They want all the benefits, but they don't want the commitment. And that's what God is saying about some of us these days. We want all the benefits of being a Christian believer and doer, but we don't want to have a commitment with him. We want to go back and forth between him and the devil. And then he says in Revelations 3:15 and 16, either you're going to be hot for me, or I'd rather for you to be cold and don't want me at all, because you have a better chance of listening if you're cold at all. But when you're lukewarm, in the Amplified Bible, it says that he will reject you out with disgust. And if anybody has had lukewarm food, and I cannot stand lukewarm food, please don't bring me no lukewarm food, because it's going to get sent back. And so I have an understanding of what he's saying about lukewarm. It is disgusting. And he said he will, and then the Amplified Bible says, I will vomit. Anybody seen vomit? It's disgusting. So that means that something had to be churned up in them, and churn and nauseated, and I get sick real easy. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to puke. And then it's disgusting. And if you ever see somebody puke, then you end up puking, because that's how disgusting it is. So just imagine what God is saying to us for going back and forth and being lukewarm. So I was saying to us, we need to get our house in order. And it's a lot of us that we wonder why things are not happening for us, because our house is dirty. And I know that I I admit, I'm like my daddy. I'm up front. I keep it 100. My room is a disaster. And I done lost my other set of keys and can't find them. And God is saying some of our houses look like that. It's disgusting. It has fornication in it. It has drinking in it, drugs in it, molestation in it, it has pedophile in it, it has all this stuff in it. Well, and that's why he can't find nothing, because we can't find nothing. So once we get it clean, and then, you know, he's a good maid. So he'd come on in, Molly the maid, and we hire him to come on and purify our hearts and get it cleaned up for us. So that's why we can't find no joy. We can't find no peace. We can't find no happiness. We can't get that promotion. We can't get that blessing. We can't get that healing. Because our house is dirty. And he's saying it's time for us to get our house in order. And he's saying to us that he don't want that homie lover friend relationship. And so I was saying to us women, because I believe that's my ministry, us women, that we got to quit letting these men put us in these homie lover friend relationships. If we're a child of God, then we have to know that the same way that he is. If he's too good for a homie lover relationship and we are a child of God, then we are too good for a homie lover relationship. So if you want a commitment, then you need to give me the ring. And then I know a lot of times they say, why do we have to get married? It's just a piece of paper. But with that piece of paper is a commitment. So if you die, if he dies or she dies, and you don't have a piece of paper, no matter how long you common law married, how long you've been living together, how much you love each other, you have no rights to that man or woman when you die. And so that's the same thing God is saying. If you don't give me no commitment, you have no rights to
oh, come on now. She knew that was good. She had to smile on that one herself. She knew that was good.
So today I was also thinking regarding us women, it was Matthew 7:6. And it says, give not that which is holy unto the dog. So us women, we need to be holy. And our bodies need to be holy. And then it says, neither cast ye your pearls before pigs, swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. And then it says, one of the scriptures says, tear you apart. And a lot of times that's what men do to us when we give them our pearls and we give them what's holy unto them. They don't know, they don't appreciate us. And as my father said one time, if you can barely deal with a saved man, why you gonna go out and get you an unsaved man? And then I was also thinking about how a lot of times we go to church, and us women, we're wanting to get married, and I would say that I want to get married one day, but then I had to realize that maybe he hasn't sent me anyone because my house is not in order, and I need to prepare myself. I need to clean out whatever it is I need to clean out. Because it's not that he that findeth a woman, it's he that findeth a wife. And so I got to first become a wife before I can be found. But then that husband, I have to make sure that he is a husband and he has his house in order. Because if his house is in order, when he finds me, then both of our houses will be in order. And you have to have a man that has God the head of his house. So a lot of times we get people that go to church. It's not about you going to church. It's about that you are doing and following the word of God. And that's what we as women need to start looking for when the man approaches you. Not do you go to church, but what do you believe in? Having that conversation. And that's what about getting your house is in order. And so I know I began to still deal with myself, and I know that a lot of times we don't pray no more. We don't pray like we used to. I remember growing up, we was always in church, in a revival. There was prayer, there was shouting, there was speaking in tongues, and it was ongoing all the time. So you really barely had time you could go to work and do what you're supposed to do, or go to school, but you were always in church. And now we barely go to church. And I'm not going to lie, because I barely go myself. And because I was listening to another minister, he said we supposed to go to church, and a lot of times we said we're going to watch church on TV. And the Bible says that we're supposed to come congregate with like fellowship.
Amen.
We're not supposed to be sitting at the house, bed Baptist as they say, looking at TV. Looking at preaching on TV, because we need to again come out so that we can get for those who confess our sins and get prayed for to start again getting our house in order. And so I was thinking when I was again reading, it was saying with lukewarm, it says lukewarm is half-hearted. It's showing a little enthusiasm. It's non-committal. And then the Amplified Bible says that we're spiritually useless. So I know that I think when I be doing what I'm doing, like I said, I'm the first to admit when I'm doing what I'm doing. The Lord, He's always, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be doing that, Lord. Oh, you're going to forgive me. Then I see a lot of us, we be on it's Facebook. We be on Facebook quoting prayers. And we have to realize quoting prayers on Facebook is not going to get us to heaven. 1 minute we quoting scriptures and then we cussing and talking about somebody the next minute. That's not going to get you to heaven. And then that leads me to my next scripture. Let me make sure it's the right one. I'm going to give you about 10, 11 minutes today. I think it's going to be 1 John 2:15 and 16.
Do not love the world or the things in the world.
Yes, ma'am. You can go ahead and read that for me, please.
Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world is the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life.
Amen. So in this scripture, it reached me. He said, "Do not be lovers of the world." And so what we doing, it is hot, I'm sorry. And what we are doing is I see nowadays that we are okaying everything that Pastor Paige preached. Everything that is right is wrong, and what everything is wrong is right now. And I don't know what Bible that they read from. But I'm like, the Bible I'm reading, we're not supposed to partake of the world. Now we can go out and preach to the world, but we're not supposed to partake of the world. And I know a lot of us, again, I speak for myself, we'll go out, we'll go party, we'll go get high, we'll go drink, but we'll go get drunk. Some of us will go get drunk. And then we wonder why, again, we not being blessed. Because again, it goes back to, we got to get our house in order. We got to quit having that homie lover friend relationship with God.
Amen.
And so I was also thinking about being when your house being. Have you ever walked into somebody's house and it was so dirty that you said, "Girl, you had to walk in and you made an excuse to walk back out." And see, that's what God is saying to us. Your house is so dirty. I want to come in. All right. I want to come in and sit with you. But your house is so dirty. You got to call. He got to make an excuse and call. Tell you he about to call. He got to go pick up his kids, knowing the kids is at home. But your house is so dirty. But God is saying that we need to wash them dishes, fold them clothes, wash and fold them clothes, get our houses in order if we expect for Him to bless us the way that we want to be blessed.
Amen.
So what I will continue to say is that I speak for myself to get our house in order, is that I got to quit going back and forth, because every time that I go back and forth, you go further back, you go further back, you go further back, you go further back, and then you steady trying to come, and then you're going, and he's steady pulling you back, and the devil's steady pulling you back, and the next thing you know, it's too late. You're gone, and you can't repent. And I goes back to my uncle, and I love my uncle dearly, and it saddened me that everything that he was going through medically, his physical house was not in order, and everything that he was going through medically, even though you're about to die, doesn't mean that you still continue to fill your house with impurities. You could have given yourself more time if you had started taking care of yourself,
Amen.
if you had just start cleaning up your house
Yes.
the way that you were supposed to clean up your house, and he may not have passed as soon as he passed.
Yes.
And it hurt because I know my mother wanted her brother to be right,
Yes, I did.
so that he could have eternal life before he passed. And he continued to fill his house with impurities. And God is telling us today that if you continue to fill your house with impurities, it might be too late. And you may not get the eternal life that we was all put on here to one day get if we don't do what we're supposed to do. And so I want you guys to pray for me, continue to pray for my growth,
Amen.
to continue to pray that I can refuse and walk away from those things that are in the world that I'm not supposed to partake of, that I can have discipline. And I know that's what it takes. It takes a lot of discipline. People can go out and they can exercise, they can commit to, like that daddy said, my father said, going to work on time, even though I don't go nowhere on time. And anybody that knows me know I don't go nowhere on time. But pray for me that I continue, that I can start coming to church on time, that I can make time to read and make time to fast. We don't even fast no more. And then again, we wonder why things ain't working out, why our body's not healing, why we can't get the promotions that we get, why our online ministries or our ministries are not growing, because we are not in order. And until we get in order, it's not going to come in our favor. And God is continuing to say again, I don't want no homie, lover, friend. If you don't want me, then go on about your business. And then that leaves me with the last scripture. And then I will be finished. How many minutes did I do today? I think my last scripture is going to be Matthew 7:21 and 23. And then it says, everybody has, nope, 7:21 through 23.
Got it.
Amen.
Lord.
Matthew 7.
7:21 through 23. And I'm going to read it out of my Women's Study Bible. I found it in that room. See, you can find everything you're not looking for, but you can't find what you're looking for when your house is not in order, when your room is not in order.
Amen.
And then it says, 7:21 says, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven.
Yeah.
Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name? Cast out demons in your name? Done many wonders in your name? And then I will declare to them, I never knew you.
Never.
Depart from me. Bye, Felicia. You will practice lawlessness. And I said, they made me think how we'd be in a relationship with that person, and we, even in the natural, when you go with some man or woman and they cheating on you and they going back and forth between you and her, you and him, and we want the same thing. You got to make up your mind. You can't be going back and forth between me and her, me or him and me and him. You have to make up your mind. And that's what God is saying to us. Make up your mind what you going to do today. Because when you come to him, he going to tell you, depart from me. I don't care what you done did, what you done said. That's what we tell the boyfriend or the girlfriend. I don't care what we used to do, how much you used to love me, what you done did. Get out of my face. I don't know you. Depart from me. That's what we tell them. Depart from me. That's what God is saying. If you don't get your house in order, when you walk up to him, he don't know you. Who are you? Why are you even talking to me? And that's how God is going to be with us, again, if we don't get our house in order. Amen.
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 Amen.